Welcome to Vision Vested, where we explore the profound psychology of the human mind and the hidden power of the awakened soul. There is a quiet transformation happening within the empath, turning their perceived weakness into a formidable force that manipulators truly fear. Contrary to popular belief, a healed empath does not become softer. They become dangerous to those who wish to control them. They have walked through the fire of their own emotions and emerged not as victims, but as warriors of the light. The days of being easily manipulated are over, replaced by a steel resolve that protects their heart from any further harm. To understand this transformation, we must first look at where they started, trapped in a cycle of endless emotional exhaustion. Before their healing journey began, the empath acted like an emotional sponge, soaking up every drop of negativity around them. They believed it was their sacred duty to carry the burdens, anger, and betrayal of everyone else in their lives. This lack of boundaries made them the perfect target for narcissists who needed a dumping ground for their own toxic waste. They lived in a constant state of overwhelm, unable to distinguish between their own feelings and the chaos of others. Their identity was lost in the service of others, leaving them hollowed out and desperate for a breath of fresh air. But every breaking point is also a turning point, and the empath eventually realizes that this way of living must end. The journey of healing begins not with fixing others, but with the radical decision to finally save their own drowning soul. This brings us to the concept of the shadow, a crucial element of psychology introduced by the famous Carl Jung. Healing requires integrating the shadow self, the parts of us that are capable of anger, aggression, and firm self-defense. A healed empath accepts their capacity for darkness, understanding that being harmless is not a virtue, but a dangerous vulnerability. They learn the power of the word no, using it as a complete sentence without the need for justification or apology. This integration creates a formidable character, one who is kind by choice, not because they are too weak to fight back. With the shadow integrated, the empath enters the first stage of their true transformation, known as the mirror effect. The mirror effect is a powerful psychological tool where the empath stops absorbing and starts reflecting energy back to the source. Instead of taking on the narcissist's shame, the empath reflects their true behavior back to them with absolute and calm clarity. This terrifies the manipulator because they are suddenly forced to confront the very insecurities they have spent years trying to hide. The empath remains neutral and unreactive, becoming a blank screen upon which the toxic person projects their own internal chaos. Silence becomes their loudest weapon, denying the manipulator the emotional reaction they so desperately crave to fuel their drama. They have solidified their core, transforming from a sinking swamp of emotions into an immovable wall of granite and stone. When you shine the light of truth without wavering, those who prefer the darkness will naturally flee from your presence. This leads to the second stage of transformation, which is the practice of selective empathy and energetic gatekeeping. They no longer leave the door to their heart wide open for anyone with a sad story to walk through. They have become the strict guardians of their own energy, understanding that their empathy is a gift, not a free right. Access to their inner world is now a privilege, earned through consistency, respect, and demonstrated integrity over a long time. They can still feel deeply, but they now pause to ask if this person is truly in need or just feeding. This selective process naturally filters out users and abusers who have no patience for boundaries or earning trust slowly. They preserve their energy for their own passions, their growth, and for the few people who truly reciprocate their love. Reciprocity becomes the new standard. If the energy does not flow both ways, the connection is simply cut off. There is no guilt in this detachment, only the realization that self-preservation is the highest form of self-respect one can have. Finally, they reach the third and most powerful stage of their evolution, strategic omniscience, and pattern recognition. Years of surviving in high-stress emotional environments have turned them into a human lie detector, powered by experience. They notice the micro-expressions, the slight changes in tone, and the inconsistencies that others completely miss in conversation. Their brain instantly references a vast library of past experiences to categorize behavior patterns within seconds of meeting someone. They can see the trap before it is set, and they can smell the betrayal before it even happens. This is not paranoia. It is pattern recognition refined to an art form, allowing them to navigate safely through chaos. Gaslighting no longer works because the empath trusts their own perception of reality more than the manipulator's distorted version. They collect data silently, observing without reacting, letting the manipulator reveal their own hand through their arrogance and mistakes. The transformation is now complete. The broken victim has died, and a wise, powerful strategist has risen from the ashes. They are now dangerous to the toxic, but they remain a safe harbor and a healing light for the innocent. They have found the balance between an open heart and a guarded soul, living with purpose, power, and profound peace. Like the art of kintsugi, their broken pieces have been put back together with gold, making them more valuable than before. Grounded in their truth and connected to their intuition, they stand tall like ancient trees that no storm can uproot. They walk their path with confidence, knowing that they have mastered the hardest lesson of all: how to love themselves. The dangerous empath is not a villain. They are simply a hero who finally decided to stop playing the victim. They shine their light brightly, not to burn others, but to illuminate the way for those who are also seeking freedom. The past is a lesson, the present is a gift, and the future is now entirely within their own capable hands. Their empathy has evolved from a chaotic burden into a strategic superpower that connects them to the wisdom of the universe. They help others rise, but they never again allow themselves to fall, in the process of saving someone who refuses to walk. Protected, aware, and awake, the healed empath moves through the world with a grace that commands instant respect from everyone. The darkness they endured was merely the crushing pressure required to turn a lump of coal into a brilliant diamond. Now they are unbreakable, reflecting light in all directions, a testament to the power of human resilience and transformation. If you see yourself in this journey, know that your sensitivity is not a curse, but the source of your greatest power. You are not alone in this transition. There is a whole army of awakened souls rising to reclaim their rightful strength. Embrace your shadow, guard your gates, and trust your vision, for the world needs the strength that only you possess. Let the storms of life rage around you, for you are the calm center, the eye of the hurricane, untouched and serene. Your internal compass has been recalibrated by your experiences, pointing you unerringly towards truth, integrity, and authentic connection. Enjoy the peace of your own company, for solitude is the sanctuary where your power is recharged and your wisdom deepens. Rise above the petty games and dramas of those who have not yet healed, and fly in the clear air of freedom. The most important relationship you will ever have is the one with yourself. So nurture it with kindness and fierce protection. By healing yourself, you unconsciously give others permission to do the same, creating a ripple effect of healing across the world. Stand tall in your truth. Speak with your new voice, and never apologize for the boundaries that keep you safe. Breathe in your power. Breathe out the past, and step forward into the magnificent life that is waiting for you. The path of the healed empath is steep and challenging, but the view from the summit is worth every single step. You have the heart of a healer and the spirit of a warrior. Do not let anyone tell you otherwise. Wholeness is your destiny, and every scar you carry is just a map of the battles you have already won. Keep watching the stars. Keep guarding your light. And remember that your sensitivity is the magic the world is missing. This is not the end of your story. It is simply the beginning of your life as a truly free soul. Thank you for watching Vision_Vested. If this resonated with you, subscribe to join our journey of wisdom and profound self-discovery.